It's official, the Snyder Cut of Justice League is getting released. You asked for it, you begged for it, you screamed from the high heavens and flooded social media, billboards, and even our skies with calls to release the Snyder Cut. Well, all of that seems to have worked because it's happening. The once mythical extra-long cut of Zack Snyder's Justice League is finally coming out.
Yeah!
On Wednesday, it was announced that Warner Brothers and their upcoming streaming service HBO Max will exclusively debut Zack Snyder's cut of Justice League in 2021. But before you get too excited, well, it might not be exactly how you think. Now, this news came from Zack Snyder himself when he and his wife/producing partner Deborah Snyder were joined by Superman actor Henry Cavill, who hilariously enough was sporting a mustache, during a watch-along of Man of Steel, their first entry into DC's cinematic universe. Shortly after, the folks at HBO Max announced that the Snyder Cut will make its debut in 2021. This means that DC fans will finally get to see Snyder's original vision for Justice League before an unexpected family tragedy caused him to step away from that project, leaving Avengers director Joss Whedon to fill in as a replacement. Unfortunately, many fans, including Snyder, didn't care for the tonal shifts and changes brought about by the massive and expensive reshoots which Whedon supervised for the version of Justice League that hit theaters in 2017. In the wake of the film's disappointing box office results, many vocal fans launched an online movement to release the Snyder Cut, and some of the film's stars even took up that cause as well. Thanks to those hyper-passionate fans championing this cause for the last 2.5 years, Snyder is finally getting a chance to complete his vision, which could at least be seen as some small consolation after a family tragedy prevented him from finishing it in the first place. Or, if you're far more cynical, it's a galaxy brain move by HBO Max to get a boatload of new subscribers for their streaming service. In a press release, Zack Snyder had this to say: "I want to thank HBO Max and Warner Brothers for this brave gesture of supporting artists and allowing their true visions to be realized. Also, a special thank you to all those involved in the Snyder Cut movement for making this a reality. And considering we're not getting back to normal anytime soon due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the real question is, why isn't the Snyder Cut dropping sooner? Well, that's because despite the fact that many believed the Snyder Cut was just sitting around in film canisters in its finished form, it actually still needs time and money to be completed. Now, according to The Hollywood Reporter, Snyder is teaming up with the film's original post-production team to finish the cut, special effects, and score to this new film, as well as add new visual effects. And not only that, but they're going to bring back the actors who are going to record new lines for the film. So this famously reshot movie is getting at least some new form of reshoots. And just when Affleck thought he was out, the Cape and Cowl dragged him back in. Now, of course, all of this is going to cost time and money, which The Hollywood Reporter's sources peg it coming in somewhere between $20 and $30 million, aka the cost of erasing a mustache. Also up in the air is the form the Snyder Cut will take when it debuts next year. There's always the possibility it's going to be a 4-hour movie released in its entirety. However, there's also talk the film could be released episodically in 6 parts. Now, turning this movie into a miniseries might not sit well with certain fans, because splitting a 4-hour film into 6 parts kinda sounds like a ploy to get 2 months of subscriptions out of Snyder stans. As for what this means for DC film continuity, well, honestly not too much, because it feels like DC went out of their way to avoid mentioning too much of what happened in Justice League in both Aquaman and Shazam. And considering Wonder Woman 1984 is a prequel, well, that film's not going to be affected either. Although this could generate new interest in the DC cinematic universe. We've seen DC move away from the more shared elements and serialized storytelling approach like we've seen with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but considering that fans and market forces managed to will the Snyder Cut into being, well, anything is possible. Only one thing, though, is for certain. With the release of the Snyder Cut of Justice League, we won't have to see Superman's weird face as a result of digitally erasing Henry Cavill's mustache anymore. But in the meantime, tell me, what do you folks think? Are you excited that they're releasing the Snyder Cut? Are you surprised it's happening next year because it still needs to be finished? And should they just keep Superman's CGI lip, or should they give him a full mustache instead?
Yeah!
Let's discuss. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing to our channel. And if you want to get notified whenever we go live with a new show or drop a new video, hit that little bell down below. That way you're going to be up to date on all the latest theories, news, and rumors in the pop culture world. In the meantime, stay safe, be healthy, and have a great day. Bye-bye.